Introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real, cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Your jungle.
A very warm welcome to our main news broadcast. First a look at our stories making headlines. Zambia police defends PF cadres marching on the streets without police permits. Kaoma District Commissioner Manjolo Kaumba denies corruption charges leveled against him. Former First Lady Maureen Mwanawasa castigates cheap foreign investors in Zambia. And in international news, Mozambican rebel leader emerges out of hiding. These plus many more stories coming right up. Do stay tuned. With the main news, my name is Mubanga Chumambo. The Zambia Police Service says it has used its discretion to allow Patriotic Front cadres to march on the streets in solidarity with President Michael Satta's decision to fire Winter Kabimba's Justice Minister and Patriotic Front Secretary General. Zambia Police Acting Public Relations Officer Esther Mwata Katongo says the nature of the cadres' marches are non-violent but peaceful in nature. Ms. Katongo, who was responding to Prime Television's query on whether the cadres have been issued with permits for them to take to the streets, says there's nothing wrong with the cadres doing so. She has, however, stated that the Zambia Police Service will not favor any grouping in the enforcement of the Public Order Act. Ms. Katongo further states that the law does not favor anyone, saying all those breaking the law shall be dealt with. Cadres from the ruling Patriotic Front countrywide have been marching on the streets to show solidarity to President Michael Satta for firing Winter Kabimba.
Sometimes we would use our discretion as police to allow such people who are celebrating to go ahead. And this has not only happened to the ruling but even the opposition. There are instances when we've had a lot of disturbances on the road, when the opposition, maybe political leaders, are appearing before the courts. They've marched, they've honked, they've hooted, and we have not, we've just looked at them. So really, it's not always that an arrest is necessary. Sometimes when you look at the nature of the celebration or the solidarity, we have to use our discretion as police.
The Opposition Forum for Democracy and Development, FDD, has accused the ruling Patriotic Front of trying to cheat in the forthcoming Vubi parliamentary by-elections. Speaking in an interview, FDD spokesperson Antonio Mwanza has alleged that the Patriotic Front have become so desperate that they are trying to remove the returning officer to replace him with one of their own people. He says such maneuvers will not be accepted by his party and that the ruling PF should not go to such lengths in their desperation to win the Vubwi seat. Mr. Mwanza has also condemned the rampant and indiscriminate use of public resources by the ruling party, which he says should come to an end. Mr. Mwanza further says the party has since written to the Electoral Commission of Zambia to protest over the rampant use of public resources by the ruling party. The Ministry of Lands Director of Environmental and Natural Resources Management, Godwin Gondwe, has observed the impact of climate change has contributed to environmental degradation at all levels. Speaking during the third national communication to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Mr. Gondwe says there's need for concerted efforts if issues of climate change are to be effectively dealt with. He has placed emphasis on the importance of active stakeholder participation in the process so as to significantly contribute to building the national capacity to undertake climate change-related activities.
It is expected that the key issues from the SNC will be incorporated into our national development frameworks and sector strategies to mitigate and adapt to the adverse impacts of climate change. As I conclude, let me take this opportunity to call upon your active participation in this process to ensure national ownership of the TNC preparation process. We value your full participation not only during this inception workshop today, but also in further activities we shall agree on in relation to the work today. It is my sincere hope that with your full participation, the third National Communication Report will be comprehensive, widely accepted, and equally and a quality document to recharge our minds with memories of the good work we will have done during this inception workshop.
And speaking earlier, Zambia Environmental Management Agency Director General Joseph Sakala says ZEMA recognizes the important role played by other stakeholders in environmental management. Mr. Sakala has since commended the cooperating partners for their continued support in facilitating capacity building and data collection issues related to climate change. Kaoma District Commissioner Manjolo Kaumba has dismissed media reports being leveled against him by Kaoma residents alleging that he has sunk a borehole at his plot using government resources. Mr. Kaumba says the reports are misleading and aimed at tarnishing his image. He has since accused his political rivals of scheming against him. Mr. Manjolo, in a telephone interview from Kaoma District, explains that the borehole in question has been sunk near the Kaoma mortuary far from his plot and wondered why people could accuse him of sinking it at his place. He has since welcomed calls for the ACC to investigate the matter as he claims he is not guilty of any crime. On Thursday, Kaoma residents rose against their district commissioner, accusing him of sinking a borehole using public funds worth over 30,000 kwacha at his plot.
So they should go to see where the borehole is at. It is not at my plot.
Okay.
Yeah, they are my political enemies. Since I will come to see where the borehole is, it is not at my plot.
Whose plot?
And those people should be coming out often because I'm ready to face them. The borehole is just the mortuary.
Okay.
Yes.
So to whose benefit is that plot?
The community.
Health Minister Dr. Joseph Kasonde has advised patients against mixing herbal and modern medicines when on treatment. Dr. Kasonde says scientists cannot stop people from using herbal medicines but has cautioned patients to seek medical advice before mixing drugs. He says the ministry will not force patients to take medicine but stated that there is need to exercise caution when seeking advice from traditional healers. He has since advised patients in the country to use modern medicine as it is the most recommended by scientists.
So there is entire freedom for any patient to choose to take traditional medicine. However, we recommend that modern medicine is based on science and is proven medicine. They should take that medicine, and therefore they will end up either taking both or taking only the modern medicine. And the reasons are very clear. We know that they do see traditional healers. We know that if we interfere with their beliefs, we will in fact be hindering them from making use of modern medicine. So we let them do it. And we only say, in terms of safety, we shall still be watching out. As a government, we shall be watching out anything that appears to go wrong with a patient because of taking traditional remedies.
We'll now go for our first break, but when we come back after the break, former First Lady Maureen Mwanawasa accuses foreign investors of taking over businesses from the local people. Plus many more stories, do stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money! Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
We continue with the rest of the news. Former First Lady Dr. Maureen Mwanawasa has charged that foreign investors are coming into the country to take over businesses from the local people. Dr. Mwanawasa has cited Soweto Market, where she says foreigners have come in to rear chickens, taking business from the local people. She has also condemned the road construction works by foreigners, who she has accused of capital flight. Dr. Mwanawasa was speaking at the Jubilee Conference for Young Emerging Leaders in Lusaka. Meanwhile, former Movement for Multi-Party Democracy and former Petauke Central Member of Parliament Dora Silia has charged that the country will not develop if youths do not participate in politics.
We cannot have investors coming in the country to make bread. We cannot have investors coming in the countries to set terms and conditions of their investment. We cannot have investors coming to trade at Soweto Market. We cannot have investors. We cannot have investors coming to rear chickens. We cannot have investors to do quarry, especially with the massive investment of road construction that the government has embarked on. The road construction must see sustainability and capital injection in our country. Otherwise, we are having a night flight of capital of foreigners building our roads and taking away with the money that they make.
At the same time, I think that what is important as a takeaway for me today is that we have to appreciate the important role that politics plays in our lives. Whether you're an active politician or not, politics affects your life on a national level and on a personal level. It is the kind of politics practice that will continue peace in the country.
Meanwhile, Lusaka Mayor Mlenga Sata has reiterated that Zambia needs to regain its leadership strengths. Mr. Sata says Zambia should be among other countries that need to show the benefits of 50 years of independence. He says if Zambia continues with old leaders, the country will continue going down and youths will not be employed. Mr. Sata says he would be happier to see Zambian nationals rise up to mining companies instead of foreigners. He was speaking during the opening of the Jubilee Conference, whose theme is Zambia at 50 for Young Emerging Leaders.
The Zambia that we want as young people. So I will speak for myself, what I would like to see as a relatively young leader that is taking part actively in the politics of this country. I would like to see a country that is prosperous. We need to get rid of this beggar culture that is slowly developing in Zambia. If everybody is doing well, if everybody is empowered, there will be no need for people to look to the big man for the handout, for their food to eat, or for whatever it is that people are looking for.
4 Southern African countries comprising of Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi and the host country Zambia have held a workshop aimed at solving problems Africans face in renewable energies. Speaking in an interview with Prime Television, Malawian representative Martina Kunet says 95% of people in Africa depend on firewood and biogas. She says it is worrying that not everyone in Malawi has access to information and that many people in rural areas lack technology and access to sustainable energy. Ms. Kunet says there's need to sensitize people and find ways in which they can access the energy.
It's very helpful for us to meet as countries to discuss how we can help each other, how we can learn from each other's experiences. Of course, we have regional differences. Even within one country like Malawi, sometimes you find that in the north we still have some forests left, so the poverty in terms of firewood consumption is not a big issue like in the south. But still, as a whole region, we all have the problems that most of our populations don't have access to electricity. Most of our populations are not very aware of renewable renewable energy technologies that could help them to improve their livelihoods, and not to walk for kilometers to charge your phone, not to inhale toxic smokes from paraffin, not to spend a lot of money on candles every day, which is really affecting especially the rural population's lives.
And Zimbabwe's CSO coordinator, Shepard Ziningazi, says there's need to discuss strategies that will help people have access to energy. Mr. Ziningazi says if people in rural areas have knowledge and access to sustainable energy, it will be easier for them to do schoolwork at night. He further says having good energy will ease life in rural areas because schools will have power and farmers can easily irrigate their crops.
Power or energy that is giving an energy source to an irrigation system, in the area. So people are using that from the mini hydros and then also from solar. So I think we've seen quite, a remarkable improvement in terms of uptake of that. And even as a government, I think the government is really, committed to coming up with a renewable energy policy. This is work in progress, but already there's a dedicated office for that, and I think we will meet the target by 2030.
And just now we take a look at how the Kwacha is trading against other major currencies as compiled by Prime Television's Business Desk. We're going to go for another break, but still to come is some international news. Keep watching.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
You're watching Prime Television's main news broadcast, and in some international news, more than 400 people have been arrested in protests across the U.S. over low pay for workers at fast food restaurants, according to organizers. The arrest on Thursday came as staff at a number of major chains went on strike, demanding that their wages be increased to $15 an hour. Gwen Moore, a U.S. member of Congress, was among the 27 people arrested near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and arrests were also made in Chicago, Detroit, Little Rock, Kansas City, Houston, and Nashville. Reuters news agency reports that the recurring union-backed action, which started in New York, has steadily gathered steam since the late 2012. They have also helped spur a nationwide debate about the federal minimum wage, which has been $7.25 since 2009. Mozambican rebel leader Alfonso Dhlakama has come out of hiding and returned to the capital Maputo in a symbolic end to a 2-year conflict that has rekindled memories of a civil war. The Renamo leader touched down in the capital on Thursday, flanked by foreign diplomats ahead of a meeting to cement a peace deal with President Armando Guebuza on Friday. Dhlakama and his supporters staged a victory lap around the airport before making his way to the Renamo headquarters in Maputo, escorted by armed guards. Dhlakama disappeared from public life in October 2012, relocating to a remote bush capital in central Mozambique, and claimed the government had not kept to the terms of the peace deal of 1992. The accord ended 15 years of civil war that led to the deaths of an estimated 1 million people. And just now we have some more international news courtesy of Al Jazeera.
NATO says it's going to set up a special force to quickly deal with threats anywhere in the world. Also, Kurdish and Iraqi forces press forward against the Islamic State group in Tikrit. Now, India's highest court has ordered a review of the cases of hundreds of thousands of prisoners languishing in overcrowded prisons without trial. None of the inmates are convicts. Instead, they've all been in custody for years, awaiting trial in India's notoriously slow justice system. The landmark ruling of India's Supreme Court orders judicial officers to uphold an existing but long ignored law. Trapped in a Bosnian coal mine are thought to be dead. Officials say a small earthquake sparked a gas explosion at the Zenica mine in central Bosnia. The explosion led to the collapse of 2 of the mine's tunnels. 34 miners were trapped overnight. Rescue workers say they could not reach the remaining. A court in Turkey has sentenced a police officer to nearly 8 years in prison for killing a protester during the Gezi Park demonstrations last year. Ahmet Sahbaz shot a man dead during anti-government protests. The sentence sparked angry scenes in court. And politicians in Pakistan are calling for a settlement to a political deadlock that's paralysed Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's government. Thousands of protesters remain camped on the front lawn of the Parliament building, demanding Sharif's resignation. Clashes with police over the weekend left 3 people dead and nearly 400 injured.
And as we wrap up the news, a look at the headlines once again. Zambia police defend PF cadres marching on the streets without police permits. Kawama District Commissioner Manjolo Kaumba denies corruption charges leveled against him. Former First Lady Maureen Mwanawasa castigates cheap foreign investors in Zambia. And in international news, Mozambican rebel leader emerges out of hiding. And of course, these plus many more stories you can check out our website on www.ptvzambia.com. On that note, we come to the end of our main news bulletin. My name is Mubanga Chimambo. Enjoy the rest of the viewing.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.